Here we go, please.
Good morning, church. Who can change this world that we live in? An easy answer to that question might be God. God can change the world. We all believe that, don't we? But can we stop for a moment and think about another idea? God can and will change the world if we are willing to do our part, if we are willing to work with God, if we are willing and ready to help. As the church starts another new year, and as we all get ready for Christmas, many of us look around to try how and where we can make a difference. It is perhaps in December, more than any other month, we give thought to changing the world. God has actually given us all that we need to make the world a better place in December, and at any time during the year. And He has even given us a book full of instructions to show us how we can make changes. This morning, in Luke's Gospel, we heard these words. Anyone who has 2 shirts should share with the one who has none, and anyone who has food should do the same. In other parts of the Bible, we are told to take care of the children who don't have parents. We are told to visit the sick and the people in prison. These instructions are both in the Old and New Testament. There are even stories in the New Testament to help us understand. Stories like the one about the man who was beaten up on the road and the kind stranger from another country who helped him and even paid for him to stay in a clean place to rest. But even if we forget all the other instructions and all of the stories, there is parts in the Bible where we are told just to love. To love one another as much as God loves, and to love our neighbors as much as we love ourselves. This sums it all up and tells us how easy it is for us to change the world. We cannot love the homeless man and not try to find some way to help him. We can't love his hungry wife and children if we don't try to find some way to get them food for this Christmas. We cannot love the young people if we don't try to find some way to teach them so that they can grow up strong and hopefully never be homeless or hungry. But it's not only adults who have to help younger people or feed hungry children. Young people like me can do our parts. We as children can change the world by doing little things, but little things can mean the world to someone else. Is there a child at your school who doesn't understand maths as well as you do? You can choose to laugh at that person, or you can decide to help them from time to time with their schoolwork. Not by doing the work for him, but by helping him to understand. As children, there are things that we can do in our neighborhoods as well. When you walk by old Mrs. So-and-so's house, do you say, "Good morning"? You might be surprised at how much that simple thing might mean to her. And one day, maybe you can even stop and ask her how she is doing. When we are little, our parents and members of our family encourage us to share our toys and be willing to lend a used book to a neighbor. If the cousins come over to spend Sunday afternoon with us, we are told that whatever ice cream is in the fridge must now be shared not just between the 2 or 3 children who live there, but to be shared with the 2 or 3 children cousins who have dropped in also. This means that there might be a bit less for us, so we don't always do this willingly. And so, there are times when an adult must remind us that God likes a cheerful giver. I wonder if adults have the same problem when it comes to sharing. Luke's Gospel said, if we have 2 shirts, give one to the person who needs it. Most of us in this church have many shirts, and yes, there are many Most of us in here have more food today than we can use, but still there are people in Antigua, including children, who go to sleep hungry tonight. How is that possible? Perhaps the problem is that we are scared to give away what we have, because we think that tomorrow we might be the ones in need. But this morning, we also heard from Philippians. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. If we believe this, it will be easier for us to share what we have, because we know that God will be there for us no matter what. We may not be able to build a new house for a homeless man, but we might be able to give a package of noodles or a pound of flour to the mother of his children. By doing that, we are helping the homeless man. Will we be poorer if we each take a can from our kitchens and give it away this Christmas? Sometimes we have things that we don't like or will never use. Did you buy 3 cans of soup, and when you open the first can, your children say, yeah? Where are the other 2 cans? Is it okay for us to allow these things to go by sitting in our cupboards at home? Is it okay for us to throw them out after the expiry date has passed? Can it be okay to do this when there are people in Antigua who can benefit only if we took the time to sort out the things and give away our extra food? I am proud to be a young Anglican girl because I know that Anglican women know how to share and how to make a difference. When I come to church, I hear about the work of Aqua and Mother's Union and others. I am proud to be a member of Listen to Me and to have visited many people's homes and brought them cheer at Christmas. I look forward to joining the youth choir and growing up in this church and being able to do more. I encourage all children to have faith. I look forward to more adults showing us an example of things that we should do. To the adults, I also say, remember always to have faith. This Christmas, let's do what the instruction manual tells us. Let's share, let's believe, and let's love one another as God our Father loves us.
Yeah.